Live from Television Park in high definition. Coverage you can count on. This is WJBF News Channel 6. Good morning, Augusta.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary Morrison. It is Friday, July the 12th.
And I'm Barkley Bishop in for Chris Kane. We begin this morning with the search that's continuing for a possible drowning victim in Aiken County. Crews are looking for Byron Coleman, who was last seen swimming in Langley Pond Wednesday afternoon. Authorities say after he went underwater, no one saw him resurface. A second swimmer was rushed to the hospital but has since been released. Officials fear the worst for Coleman. If you have seen him since Wednesday afternoon, you're asked to contact the local authorities or his parents.
In Aiken County this morning, flooding is causing some road closures today. Ascaga Lake Road is closed at Sudlow Lake Road and Ridge Road because of rising waters. Also this morning, other counties are being affected by flooding. In Barnwell, watch out for standing water on some roads. Highway 278, Big Fork Road, and Highway 300 all have standing water, but reportedly are not yet closed. Portions of Highway 78 are closed, however, and in Allendale County, they've closed their end of Highway 278 and are rerouting traffic through Highway 300. Also, Concord Church Road is impassable due to flooding and is closed this morning. In Bamberg County, portions of Highway 78 and Capernaum Road are closed due to flooding today. Here's a quick look at a few other road closures around the Augusta area due to flooding and safety concerns. Lock and Dam Road at Doug Bernard Parkway is closed. Employees of the Finnissy Swamp Nature Park will be allowed access to work. Now, as mentioned, boat ramps and boating access points in Richmond County, the Marina Road, and all walking paths to the Augusta Riverwalk are closed today. And for a full list of those closings, you can go to our website, WJBF.com.
About 1,000 people witnessed a real spectacle this week. Huge crowds turned out at the J. Strom Thurmond Dam to see the majestic spray of millions of gallons of water spilling over the gates. 22 of the 23 spillway gates were let up for a couple of hours, releasing water into the Savannah River. It was a test to make sure the gates are ready in case of any emergency.
We manage this dam, we manage this reservoir and the river as a system. Without this dam, then all of this water would be coming down that's building up behind the dam would be coming down in an uncontrolled way, and that would be devastating to the folks downstream.
The Corps says all the rain has created the ideal circumstance to test the readiness of the spillway gates at Thurmond Dam.
All across the CSRA, we're seeing the effects from opening those spillway gates. The Savannah River is continuing to rise. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
And with more rain falling in the area, it's turning into a huge concern for those who live near water. Our WJBF News Channel 6's Mike Miller has this morning's big story.
I drove around looking for flooding in the area, and because of all the rain we had, the ground is already pretty saturated, which means low-lying areas like Rays Creek are going to start flooding. And officials are warning people to be ready.
That's what happens, you know, when it rains like this, and it's probably like a 1 in 100 years kind of a situation, but that's what happens.
The heavy rainstorms are causing flooding problems all over the CSRA. But the most noticeable flood is that of the Savannah River. Officials say the river could rise as much as 2 feet. And as of Thursday evening, the Savannah was moving 7 times faster than it normally does.
Even if it doesn't rain, we'll probably see this for 30 days. It'll probably stay up for quite a while. They've got to drain those lakes. But if it rains, when it rains, it will only get worse.
Homeowners who live on or near the Savannah River know it's not a matter of if flooding will happen, it's just a matter of when.
That's what happens when you live on a river. You should expect it to flood. I mean, truth be told, this is a great thing for the river. It needs to do this. It needs to clean its kidneys out. It's been a long time.
Parts of the Riverwalk are flooded, which caused city officials to close the park and cancel events on the river.
People need to be paying attention right now, because if you think about the flood in '91, yes, the river got up, but really the stories that people remember is Rays Creek flooding.
New memories are being created for those who live near Rays Creek as it flooded Thursday evening. Road crews closed Ingleside Drive because the creek flooded into the streets. The flooding attracted some tourists.
It can't hold that much water, and it's starting to flood the water, and this much water could make a car go. You can't control a car.
Officials are warning people to not go into any area that has standing water. And with all the rain we've been having, make sure you take it easy and slow down on the roads because there have been a lot of hydroplaning accidents out there. For Good Morning Augusta, I'm Mike Miller, WJBF News Channel 6.
Mike, thanks. And we have some rain, slick streets again this morning, right, Ed?
Yeah, that's right. In fact, some very heavy rain coming down right now over Columbia and Richmond County. A flash flood warning is now in effect for those counties, and also an ongoing flash flood warning for Allendale thanks to some overnight rain. And we're talking that just in the last about hour or two, we've had about 2 to 3 inches of rain that has come down. We are anticipating another 1 to 3 inches here. This storm, it's just not moving. So that's what's happening. It's dumping a tremendous amount of rain in a very short amount of time. So there, look at those flash flood warnings lit up in red there. Columbia, Richmond County, Allendale as well. The entire area is still under a flash flood watch here. That has now been extended to all the way through 6 p.m. tonight. And all those bright green counties, still river flood warnings here. Our rivers and creeks are going to be running high for quite some time. Again, we're going to be looking at that's going to create a pretty serious situation for that morning commute. Watch out for flooded roadways. 73 degrees this morning, 84 this afternoon. And guys, you guessed it, more of the same, more heavy downpours possible later on today. But finally, looks like by the end of this 6-day period, we got some drier days coming our way. We'll take a look at that in a bit.
All right, Ed, thanks.
In other news this morning, 2 men accused of robbing graves in Burke County will face a judge today. That arraignment hearing for Jerry Atkinson and Ralph Hillis is scheduled to be held this afternoon at the Burke County Courthouse. Atkinson and Hillis are accused of breaking into several Confederate and Civil War graves at the Old Church Cemetery. The groundskeeper says he found the open graves on April 13th.
Columbia County's crime is at its lowest point in decades, but when it comes to shoplifting, the numbers are high. Nearly 400 shoplifting cases were recorded in 2012, and even more were caught on camera. Columbia County deputies are starting a theft prevention team in order to bite the bullet. Any item above $500 is considered a felony charge if prosecuted.
Well, some good news out of Columbia County this morning. The 5 finale contestants who have been battling out all summer will finally learn this year's new amateur series winner. The grand finale is tonight. It takes place at the Columbia County's brand new exhibition center on Partnership Drive in Grovetown. It's right across from the Gateway Walmart. That event starts at 7:30 and it's free. And today is also Cow Appreciation Day at Chick-fil-A. A lot of fun activities going on at the one at Mullins Crossing in Evans. Anyone dressed up like a cow gets a free meal.
Qualifying events for the first annual drive, chip, and putt competition begin today in Augusta. The overall winners will get to play in a special skills event at Augusta National Golf Club next year. The first tee of Augusta will be a host site to several hundred kids between the ages of 7 and 15 years old. There will be one winner from each group Friday. They're going to head to the regional qualifier in Atlanta. The actual championship is next year, the Sunday before Masters Week begins.